Are you ready? 15 steps to a cozy, calm Christmas. Diane and Emma here, rah, 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 and as promised, 15 steps to a cozy, calm Christmas. Welcome back, and if you're just joining me, I hope you will check out my Vlogmas this year, Scandinavian cozy Christmas series. I'm posting every single day in December, but today, as I promised, I was going to check in with you because some of us, me included, sometimes we get that feeling of the holidays are upon us, and we had all these ideas and all these plans for things, and it didn't happen. And I have been planning with you all the way since the middle of October. I was putting out a daily newsletter, but today I'm giving you the 15 steps. Some of them may apply to you, some of them may not apply, but it just gives you a framework so that if you're feeling stressed, a bit anxious, it's all right. Take a deep breath and a deep breath out, and it's all going to be okay. So you might want to grab a nice cup of hot chocolate or a glass of cold water for all those of you in the Southern Hemisphere. I've just painted my nails. Maybe you want to do that while you are listening. Maybe grab a pen and notebook. I've also got a chart for you as last year, so you can check it off. But anyway, let's dive into the Christmas hygge. And I hope you also noticed that I'm wearing my Christmas sweater today. This is the one that I got at a swap party, one of our famous swap parties here in Copenhagen several years ago. And this year I've added a little pearl, because you know me, I do love the pearls. Oh, and these earrings were from a swap party. Anyway, let's get into the planning. So number one, you are going to set your timer. Where's your trusty timer? Here's mine here. You're going to set it for the golden 15 minutes, and you're going to spend a bit of time decorating. And sometimes we kind of put it off because we think, oh, we need to decorate the whole house. I keep my Christmas things in boxes in the basement, and I keep them by area. I don't have all the same type of things in one box. I've got one box for the kitchen, I've got one box for the living room, I've got one box for the hall, and I've got one box for tree decorations and lights. And that keeps it really simple for me. So set that timer, 15 minutes, and go and decorate something. Put on some nice cozy Christmas music in the background. I prefer to listen to some kind of a disco or deep house or punk music, but just something that's going to give you the cozy vibes. And then mission number two, we're thinking about table linens, bedding, sheets, all those kind of things, tea towels. Have you got those ready? Maybe you're hosting a special lunch or a Christmas dinner. Maybe you've got family coming to stay, you need to make up the beds. So let's think of all those things: table linens, serviettes, napkins, tea towels, bath towels. Just again, set your timer for 10 or 15 minutes and go work on those. And dare I say it again, set your timer for 15 minutes and take a rubbish bag, a recycling bag, walk around your house and just kind of look at it with a kind of guest's eyes. If you came into your home, what would you see? Is there anything that can be put away? Any obvious trash or recycling? Newspapers, spent candles, dead plants? Let's get them out of there. Remember, with all these missions, you don't need to do them all in the same day, but just having the list, we can work through them and do them as we can. And some of them may not apply. Right, on to number four, which is a spot of planning. And sometimes, like this morning when I'm feeling really kind of frazzled, I was in touch with my bestie, Erica from America. She was feeling a bit down today. And it's just, if you just take a step back, as I said, your favourite hot or cold beverage, and sit down and look in your calendar, take a pen and paper, and just get everything out of your head. Do a brain dump. And from there you can see what you really need to get done today. Excuse me, little not a frog in my throat, a little reindeer in my throat. It just gives us that focus, so we can focus in on what we need to do. So again, 10 or 15 minutes spent planning. Look at your lists. Add things to your grocery list. Talking of groceries, moving on to item number 5. Planning mission number 5 is to look through your fridge, Look at the pantry, check supplies. Have you been buying Christmas food? Have you got that stored in a place so the rest of the family won't eat it before it's time? Maybe you can take a couple of minutes today and just wipe off one shelf of the fridge or tidy out one drawer of the freezer. We're just keeping it simple, sweetie. We're not doing the whole thing. Just do what you can. Whew. Take a deep breath myself there. Moving on to number 6, which is, errands. Now, usually in FlyLady land, errand day is on Thursdays. And as I always say, it doesn't have to be a Thursday. The main idea is that before you head out to do your errands, you've already got your list ready. Have you got books that you need to hand into the library? Have you got books to pick up from the library, like Christmas seasonal reading? That's me. Do you have things that you need to pick up from the chemist? Do you need medicine supplies over Christmas? Good idea to get those now. Don't wait until the last minute because the shops are going to be really busy. So look at your what you need to get done. Maybe you need to hand something into the dry cleaners. Maybe you need to buy a gift. Get that written down so that when you head out to do your errands, you've got your list ready and you stick to those lists, okay? Stick to your guns and stick to your lists. Leading very nicely into our next one, which is step number 7. Is that right? 7. Budget and checklist. Now, I know you'll kind of groan when I start talking about the money, but I'm a canny Scot. You know what's coming here. Please, 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 please try and keep a control on your Christmas spending, because we don't want to be suddenly running out the last minute, buying gifts that we haven't planned for. Let's look at the budget and stick to it, okay? And here in my family, we used to give a lot of different gifts to all different members of the family. We cut that right back because we all have everything that we need. So now if we do give a gift, it's usually something edible, something very small, okay? So see what you can do with your budget. Stick to the budget and keep to your checklists. Right, which one are we on to now? We are on to step number 8. And remember, you're not doing all these on the same day. Just do what you can. I can't stress that often enough. Number 8 is guests and entertaining. Now, it is the season of the holidays, goodwill to all, men and women. But, you know, sometimes we get a little bit stressed and, you know, we want to host with joy. We want to be a good guest. So think about ways that you can do that. If you're hosting a big dinner, can you set the table the day before? Can you make something easier? Instead of making everything from scratch, can you buy something that's ready-made? Please, please, please make it easy on yourself. And also, if you are traveling, if you are staying with others, take along a nice gift with you. Be a helpful guest. Maybe you can offer to do a bit of vacuuming or take the kids out for a walk. Let's all help each other here. Step number 9, and we are back onto those checklists. Yeah, why do I keep on talking about checklists? Because it just gives us that framework. And if you're like me, 56 years old, postmenopausal, I get a thought and then whoosh, it's like Rudolph and the sleigh, gone in a flash. It really helps me just to have things written down, because that way I'm not carrying everything in my head. So once again, check those checklists. Okay, on to a fun one, at least I think it's a fun one. Number 10 is again, taking that trusty timer. Taking the trusty timer, setting it for 10 or 15 minutes, putting on the good music, maybe lighting the candles, and doing a spot of wrapping. And now, I can't be the only one who still has gifts to wrap. We're quite lucky here in Denmark that if you buy something in a store, they will wrap it for you. And as I said, we don't buy many gifts, but I do have a few. I've got some gifts for friends of mine. I'm doing small gifts for them this year. And I haven't got them wrapped yet. So that is also on my to-do list. And if you're not wrapping, how about another spot of decorating? Decorate the kitchen. Put some things in the bathroom, some red towels. Have you got any red towels? I thought I heard some footsteps there, did you? No. No, nobody's there. On to the next one. Number 11, also a favourite one of mine. Bake unwrap. Once again, oh, hold on. That's the postman delivering a parcel. Hold on. Yay, always fun to see our parcel man. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, number 11, bake and wrap. So are you baking this year? I'm really excited because for the first time ever, I'm going to a cookie exchange. It's organised by my ladies group, you know, the link, which is Ladies International Network Copenhagen, and I'm going along to that this year. So and I am doing pebernuller, Danish pebernuller. I've got a video for that. There's also a little game that you play with the pebernuller, and I'm making some confect, which is Danish sweets with chocolate and marzipan. Anyway, back to the mission, back to the step. Number 11, bake, if you're going to do some baking, and also, once again, wrapping. And the postman just brought a parcel, so that needs to be wrapped too. Anyway, on to the next one. Or, let's take a little deep breath before we continue. How are you doing? All right, keeping warm enough? I do like the sweater, it looks fun with the pearl on it, doesn't it? Yeah, anyway. We are on to number 12 out of 15, so it's all good. How are you feeling? Are you feeling better now? A bit more in the Christmas spirit? Okay. Number 12, don't want to keep you back too long. Cards, parcels, boxes, recycling. So what is that all about? That is, were you writing Christmas cards? Did you actually start them, or have you got them sitting in a pile somewhere and you haven't got around to it yet? Set your timer for 10 or 15 minutes, write some Christmas cards. What about parcels? Are you receiving parcels or are you sending parcels? Let's get those boxed and sent off. What about boxes? Like just now that the postman has just been and the thing that I've ordered is inside another box. Do you have boxes lying around? Do you need to get those into the recycling? Don't leave them piling up so you can't get out of the front door. And then on to number 13, which once again is errands and lists. Now, by the time you're working through these little missions, these little steps, you're probably getting closer and closer to Christmas. Once again, check those errand lists. You do not want to be running out at the last minute to buy cat litter. We got extra cat litter for my son. You know, my son adopted a cat from the cat rescue, a little kitten called Kiko. So cute. And Kiko loves his cat advent calendar, just putting that out there. But you don't want to be rushing out the last minute to get toilet paper, to get coffee, candles, batteries. So check those lists once again, see what are absolute essentials and get those as soon as possible. And then, we've got two missions, 2 steps left. Number 14, once again, is wrapping. And I know you're going to say wrapping again, but you know what it's like? It seems to be kind of never ending. But I did do something in November, which was planning ahead. I have some small hostess gifts, which are Swedish biscuits, some Swedish chocolates, and those are already wrapped. I wrapped them and I've put on a little post-it note so I know what's inside it. And then that way I just add a little bit of fresh holly or a little bit of ribbon, and then I can take them if I'm going to a friend's house or if we're invited somewhere. Again, take 15 minutes to do some wrapping, check the checklists, and then, are you ready for number 15? Is there a 15 here? Let's see, where's my candle number 15? Oh, there is a candle 15 right here. Are you ready for the last one? Can you guess what it's going to be? If you have been a follower of mine for many years, whether that's on Instagram, Facebook, or here on YouTube, guess what I'm always reminding you to do? Can you guess? You're going to take at least 15 minutes for some self-care. And I'm not asking you to do it later on, I'm asking you to do it right now. So what can you do? Can you look, have you got a Christmas book that you can look at? Can you just sit, switch off the lights and enjoy the glow of the candle? Can you get outside and have a look and see if people have got lights up outside in their gardens or in their houses? Send a little Christmas message to a friend, paint your nails, put on some festive clothing, wear some favourite earrings, eat one of the chocolates from your Christmas calendars. Are going to take 15 minutes for you. And, you know, I always say, I recommend you have to get that self-care in absolutely daily, because especially right now, when things are so stressful and crazy busy, we tend to kind of stick our heads into the sand and say, oh, everything is just impossible, there's so much to do. Whereas if we turn it around and start by giving ourselves a little hug, you know, a little bit of hygge daily, that can really change our attitude. So anyway, I hope it's been helpful for you. I hope this video has been helpful for you. I will put out the list, so you've got a little checklist along with it. But remember, you don't need to go printing out anything. You just need to get up off your bahookie. I hope you will take time to like the video, subscribe, share it with a friend who is maybe feeling in a bad place today and needs a little bit of encouragement as well. And all I've got left to say is live long and prosper. May the Danish hygge be with you. And I shall see you very soon with a rah 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 and a ho ho ho.